to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn. It's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sara. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
And today's show is brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squash it. At 4 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
Our guest in studio today is the athletics director and head coach for men's basketball at Central Maine Community College, Dave Gonyea. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
We are so happy to have you. I was telling Sara yesterday, you're a good get.
Really?
Yeah, in the podcast world.
You're kind of a big deal, Dave.
In the greater LA area, you are a good get.
Would you tell my school that?
I will. I'll send him an email right now.
We'll let him know.
Gee whiz.
And I want to let our listeners...
That's big news at CM.
I want to let our listeners know that Dave got out of bed early for us.
Just for us.
He usually drags himself out of bed around 9 o'clock.
Nuh-uh.
And today,
Yes.
he set his alarm 3 hours earlier just for us.
Wowzers.
So,
My entire school and the entire school administration knows don't call before 9 o'clock.
Wow. We should feel very special, Mark.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
We certainly appreciate you getting up early for us, and we're going to talk to Dave all about CM athletics and especially men's basketball, who, by the way, having a pretty decent season this year. So we're going to get to that in just a bit. But before we do, let's take a look at some headlines for Tuesday, January 6th.
The Lewiston City Council voted to investigate Iman Osman, who was elected as Ward 5's councilor in November and sworn in last night. Osman is facing criminal charges with 1 count of receiving stolen property and 1 count of theft by unauthorized taking of a gun. The city will hire an independent investigator to review Osman's qualifications to represent Ward 5.
There are also concerns about Osman's legal address, which is listed as 210 Blake Street in Lewiston, a building that was condemned in 2024 due to a drug raid. Lewiston Mayor Carl Shaleen said Osman's resignation is long overdue and he doesn't want the issues to become a distraction. Osman plans to fight the charges.
WGME reports that the Gray Family Health Center is expected to close on March 6th. A reason for the closure was not provided. The closure comes as Maine faces a healthcare provider shortage. According to the Cicero Institute, 13 of Maine's 16 counties do not have enough doctors. Its data claims the patient-to-provider ratio is greater than 3,500 to 1.
And the Lewiston Recreation Department has been named the beneficiary of the January Hannaford Community Bag Program. $1 of every bag purchase will benefit the department's teen programming. For more information about Lewiston Recreation, visit lewistonrecreation.com.
Nice.
Now it's time for the weather.
The weather? Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love. Cloudy today with a high of 26 and a low of 13. A snowy start to tomorrow morning before cloudy skies move in. A high of 35 and a low of 24. Mostly sunny on Thursdays with highs approaching 40.
In sports, Anthony Simons scored 27 points and Peyton Pritchard added 21 to lead the Celtics over the Chicago Bulls 115-101. Boston has won 4 straight. They moved into first place in the Atlantic Division and will host the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night.
The Bruins will visit the Seattle Kraken tonight at 10 p.m.
The Winter Olympics begin 1 month from today, and the Bruins are sending 6 players to compete in Italy. Charlie McAvoy and Jeremy Swayman will represent Team USA. Your boyfriend.
My guy.
Sara met Jeremy Swayman at a Dave Matthews concert.
Really?
Dave, yeah.
We hung out in the pit.
Yeah. Sara was walking around, and Jeremy Swayman's like, "Aren't you Sara from the Lunch Bunch podcast?"
That's not what happened.
Oh. Yeah.
What a lucky guy.
Yeah. She's got a great picture with him, too. David Pasternak and Pavel Zacha will play for Czechia, Elias Lindholm for Sweden, and Henry Jokiharju for Finland.
The NA3 Nordiques will visit the New Hampshire Junior Mountain Kings tomorrow at 11 a.m.
The Lewiston Maniacs visit the Northern Maine Pioneers tomorrow night at 7:15.
And the Maine Nordiques will return home to take on the New Jersey Titans on Friday and Saturday in Auburn.
CMCC basketball men's and women's teams will visit UMaine Fort Kent on Friday and Saturday.
That's a haul.
That is a haul. That's why they're spending the weekend.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait for that.
Pack all your woolies, Steve. It's chilly up that way. The Patriots will host the San Diego Chargers in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. Kickoff is Sunday at 8 p.m. Ticket prices range from $200 to $2,000 apiece. What? Come on.
That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
I have to look over because I think she's singing.
Yeah, that is
live.
certainly her.
It is me.
We like to save her voice in the morning, so we just recorded her.
Oh,
I don't have to do it live every time. Also, I can't remember the chords.
That's true. That's true. One-time wonder.
One-time wonder.
Let's take a look at FPBs for January the 6th, shall we?
All right.
Okay, we're going to start off with comedian Kate McKinnon.
Oh, my gosh.
Of Saturday Night Live fame. She is 42 years old today.
She is hilarious.
Absolutely.
One of the funniest people I've ever seen.
Yes. Actor Norman Reedus, 57 years old today. He played, what's-his-face on The Walking Dead?
I don't know, because I never watched that show.
Daryl Dixon.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
his face? Yeah.
And he's got his own spin-off from The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon.
Oh, that's
which,
a perfect title.
It is.
They must have worked so hard to come up with that.
The Brain Trust. Think of the meeting. How about this? Actor and comedian Rowan Atkinson is 71 years old today.
Mr. Bean.
You know him as Mr. Bean, and also Johnny English.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done some films as Johnny English, which is like a bumbling 007. But Mr. Bean, just incredible. That ran from 90 to 95. He also starred in Blackadder before
Yes.
Mr. Bean from 83 to 89. And is just one of the most brilliant comedic minds
Yeah.
you will ever come across.
He was in the Christmas movie Love Actually.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that he was an angel in that movie.
Was he?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
He was also Zazu in The Lion King, the animated Lion King.
Oh, that's right.
I'll never forget. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. He sang that song in the
No, that was live.
That was live.
That was like
Sometimes.
Sarah's talent knows no bounds. Rowan is also on, he has a couple of Netflix sitcoms called, one is Man vs. Bee that came out in 2022, and currently Man vs. Baby.
I want to
On
watch
Netflix,
both of these
so
things.
check those out. And rounding out FPBs for January the 6th is singer Kim Wilson of the Fabulous Thunderbirds, who is 75 years old today. You probably know their big hit from the 80s called Tough Enough,
Oh, yeah.
which was their only top 40 hit. So I guess they would qualify as a one-hit wonder.
They're also a one-hit wonder, just like me.
Just like, no, you have two hits.
Oh, I do.
You got the weather song and the FPB song. I only have one song, and Dave's about to hear it.
Here it comes.
Because right now, it is time for OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. Dave, you look confused.
I didn't realize that was you.
Oh, that's
Oh.
me. Sarah is speechless.
That must have been New Year's Eve.
No. That's what happens when you leave me home alone with recording equipment.
Oh, boy.
Weird things happen.
5 years ago in 2021, Donald Trump incited a mob to march on the Capitol while Congress was certifying the election results. Rioters stormed and vandalized the building, threatened elected officials, and clashed with police. 4 people died, but Congress was back in session by night to finish Joe Biden's certification. 7 years ago in 2019, Bohemian Rhapsody won the Golden Globe for Best Drama, and Rami Malek took home a Best Actor award.
Did you see that one?
I did. Did you?
No.
Of course not.
Of course I did it.
It's so good. He does a really good Freddie Mercury.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's very good. 25 years ago in 2001, George W. Bush was certified by Congress as the winner of the 2000 election 5 weeks after that hanging Chad controversy with the Florida ballot.
That's all we heard about for the longest time. Hanging Chads.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember those days, Dave?
I remember very well.
The hanging Chad controversy. Speaking of controversies, 32 years ago in 1994, Tanya Harding's chubby assault team caught up with Nancy Kerrigan after practice in Detroit and hit her in the right leg with an iron bar. Everybody will remember Nancy, just beautiful Nancy Kerrigan, lying on the ground, clutching her knee, screaming, "Why? Why?"
That was just an amazing time to be alive.
It was.
The whole Tanya and Nancy
It was
controversy.
riveting
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't know how into the Olympics you were at that point, but after that, I was just like, I was invested. I needed to
Yeah.
know what was going
But
to
if you
happen.
remember right, people didn't believe she actually did it.
No.
I mean, who was she thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. 51 years ago in 1975, Ted Turner bought the Atlanta Braves for $11 million.
That is insane to me. A professional sports franchise selling for $11 million. Dave,
I
come
was
on.
a senior in high school. I don't remember that, but 11
Now, it's like,
Hell, you and I, Sarah, could combine our funds and buy a team today.
I know. It's,
We would not have $11 million.
well, Dave, if you have like 10.7,
You guys go with the other
Sarah
three.
and I could chip in.
We can chip in.
All right.
I got about $12K.
We'd have to take out a couple of loans.
I'm
would
going to
you-
have
how
to
would you-
borrow from my 401k.
How would you like that ROI after 20 years?
Right. Yeah.
57 years ago in 1969, Georgia Governor Jimmy Carter and members of the Lions Club in Leary, Georgia saw what they thought was a UFO. He then said he would never again make fun of people who claim they've seen an alien spaceship. Classy.
Got to see it to believe it.
That's right.
Do you believe in UFOs?
I do.
Do.
It would be very presumptuous of us here on Earth to believe that we're the only ones in existence.
It would. You
Yeah.
agree, Dave?
Beam me up, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be out
Absolutely.
there. They're probably looking down going, like, that's the wrong side of the tracks.
Right.
I think the Earth is the wrong side of the universe.
We want no part of that.
Stay away from that place. And the kids, like, drive their spaceships over to just take a peek and see what we're doing. And then they're like, oh my God, that's so gross. And then they leave.
So they don't have the shirt that says "Don't judge me." They don't wear that shirt.
Right.
They judge. Yeah.
They judge.
Totally judge.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Look at us. Most ugly bags of mostly water.
Did you guys see what they did to Nancy Kerrigan?
Oh my gosh.
On Earth? It's crazy.
She's beautiful, ice princess. What happened? And 62 years ago in 1964, the Rolling Stones headed out on their first tour as headliners.
Oh, too bad that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it? Keith Richards was only 102 years
I
old,
know.
and he went out on his very first in 1962.
And isn't he still alive?
He sure is. Yeah, he had a birthday recently.
He's only like 84.
Yeah.
And we were both like, what?
He's 82.
82.
Yeah, he had a birthday on December 18th. Born in 43. Wow. Saw the Stones twice in concert, both at Gillette Stadium, and they blew me away both times. They are
Nice.
just incredible. Those are your FPBs and OTDs for January the 6th.
Dirigo Federal Credit Union is proud to call Lewiston Auburn home. Whether you're buying a house, saving for the future, or growing your business, we're here for you, right where you live. Visit dirigofcu.com and feel the difference of a credit union that truly knows LA.
Hi, it's Donna Harris from Phoenix No Limits Karate with your daily safety tip. Teach kids to never meet an online friend in person without an adult. Let's all do our best to keep our community safe.
And now we shift focus fully to our guest in studio, athletics director and head coach for men's basketball at Central Maine Community College, Dave Gonyea. And Dave, it has been over 3 decades that you've been at the helm at CMCC. Tell our listeners how it all started.
You know, it seems like it was just yesterday, but yet I look back at the memories and go, where did it all go?
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long road. I arrived there in '93. Really, there was no athletic program, so we had to start from scratch. And with the support of our administration, we had a little money to get going, but I realized early on that it's not going to work with a little money. So I literally went to the president and asked if I could raise money, and he said yes. That was a mistake on his part because we took off. We raised money through summer camps and clinics and tournaments and things like that, and started to raise a lot of money. Started to build the program, and today we have 13 sports
Wow.
after 33 years. So it's a heck of a ride, and a lot of people along the way are a part of it. And you know, I may be the face of it, but there's a whole lot of people behind the scenes that really did all the work.
And now when you drive up the Central Maine Community College campus, it's hard to believe that it started from nothing. You're looking at state-of-the-art
It's
athletics
beautiful.
facilities
Yeah.
there, and you get a pretty good view of it from your office. Do you ever allow yourself to just kind of...
I pinch
it all
myself
in.
quite often,
Yeah.
and I tell the coaches and all the folks around me that I'm the luckiest guy in the world. They took a chance, and they keep me there.
Yeah.
Every other week I get a paycheck, and it's
Pretty cool, right?
you know,
cool.
regardless of what happens, I'm still getting my paycheck, I
Right.
guess. And no, it's a labor of love, and there's not been many days when I get up in the morning and dreaded going to work. I love going to work, despite 9 o'clock.
Despite those annoying podcast hosts
You know.
that, just
The,
want you to be here at
But
7.
I love going to work. I love the people I work with. I love our administration. Faculty's great. It all sounds too good to be true, but it really, not to take off on Hillary Clinton, but it does take a village.
Yeah.
And it does take a lot of people behind the scenes that people don't see and hear about to make it all happen. And CM is right now, I think, on top of the world.
It certainly seems that way. And just so our listeners know, I used to work with Dave back in the day. I used to do some TV broadcasting for the basketball teams and some photography as well. So I got to know him a little bit and got to see how he interacts with the kids at the college. And you have a special relationship with those kids. They're not just athletes to you.
Not at all. I tell people this all the time, and I tell the kids that we're recruiting. Most coaches don't really like kids. They like winning, and you're the byproduct. I'm not going to apologize. I like the kids first. I want to win as much as the next guy wants to win, but I really want to be surrounded by quality people. We do a lot of traveling, a lot of hotels. We live together. It's a 24/7 operation, and you want to be around good people, and you got to go find those good people. And we're very lucky that we found good kids who want to go to class, do the schoolwork, socially are good in the community, and they're good players, and not just basketball and the other sports as well. And I'm very proud of that. Not just that we win, because God knows we win.
A lot.
A lot.
The country knows that you win.
I literally had a coaches meeting the other night, and I told the coaches, in the hockey world, we're now known as a national organization. This year alone in hockey, we had Northern Arizona University fly in to play us. We had Colorado School of the Mines fly in to play us. We got a call next year, Nebraska Omaha wants to come play us. Our soccer team goes to nationals every year. It's won the last 3. Our women's basketball team just wins.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing.
Doesn't just win, crushes.
They-
The
Yes,
scores are insane.
I want to let Dave know this because we do this on occasion. After the women's basketball team will have a convincing victory, I will type out the score for our sports report, and in parentheses I'll put "not a typo." 'Cause it's sometimes it's like 101-34.
Well, it's the league's challenging a little bit, but Coach Wrong does a great job recruiting, and his theory is and philosophy is, and frankly I understand it, is, hey, I'm working my butt off to recruit all these kids. We're going to play hard, regardless of what the score is, and let chips fall where they may. I have to tell you, too bad on you didn't recruit the other side. If you come to CM and you think we're just going to play, we're not. We're going to go after you, and we do, and we don't apologize for that. And for that reason, a whole lot of people in our league don't always like to come to CM. Mm-hmm. One, we pack the house. We have a lot of fans. And 2 is the fans are not always nice. And it's a tough place to play. And frankly, we want it to be a tough place to play. And it works on our behalf. And, I look at it now and I go, we've got at least 4 sports that are nationally recognized. We're working on some other ones. Looking to add some sports. What else can we bring? I'd like it to be a full sports operation. So we just work every day diligently to keep on winning, keep on recruiting the right kids, and keep on moving forward.
And by recruiting the right kids, you're not limiting yourself to the United States.
No,
You
not
have
at all.
kids from several other countries competing in multiple sports.
Around 2010, when you were around the olden days, we had mostly Maine kids. And around 2010, the league started to change where a lot of the other schools were recruiting out of state. And, I had to keep up. So I started recruiting out of state. That worked for a while. Around 2015, we started going international because another school was picking up international kids. And I went, how does that work? And we started recruiting international. Well, within 2 years of recruiting international, I went to Australia on my own dime. I will tell you, I was there for 3 weeks doing clinics and things like that. I could have come back with a football team full of athletes. They all want to come to America. And all of a sudden now we're getting Aussies and we're getting Kiwis. And now I've had 26 Aussies since then.
Wow.
And one Aussie leads to two, leads to three. And what happens is your present players and your alumni tend to be your best recruiters. They're the ones that will call you and say, hey, I've got this kid. I know this kid. And it just steamrolls. I love the fact that you've got all these kids from these countries. We have kids, right now I have a kid from Croatia, I got kids from Holland, New Zealand, Australia. I think that's it on this year's team. I love the fact that all these kids get to meet our kids. And they're all similar and they're all different. Yeah. You start to realize just because you grew up in another country, you're no different than I am. And the same challenges, the same problems that we have in our country, they have in their country. We talk to a lot of the parents. And it's like talking to your own parents. It's so cool. And it's so great for our kids in Maine to meet people from other places. Yeah. And just understand, have a more worldly view of life.
How do you convince a kid, and how do you convince their parents to let them come to Auburn, Maine and play for CM?
Yeah, the president used to ask me that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's, number one, you have to be really honest. And I tend to lose a lot of kids sometimes because I'm too honest. They want to know, are they going to play? And the answer is, I don't know. Because I don't promise anything, and nor do any of our coaches. We just don't do that. We provide an opportunity. But a lot of it is, and it's going to sound odd, but I play a lot upon the safety first issue. Lewiston Auburn is a safe place. Auburn's a very safe community, and our school is very safe. And that's one thing that parents want to know, that when their child comes from across the world, across the country, or from Millinocket, is my child going to be safe there? And the answer is yes. We don't have a lot of issues. Two is somebody going to care about them? If my child is hurt, if my child needs attention, is somebody going to care about them? The answer is absolutely. Yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock, I was at the airport picking two kids up myself who were flying in from Texas who came back. We'll do whatever it takes to make sure the kids are taken care of. Three is, what kind of education is my son or daughter going to get? And frankly, our school is pretty darn good now. Programs are pretty solid. Our people actually care about people. We're big enough that we have a lot of resources, but we're small enough where everybody knows everybody's name. So really, it's all about the experience. And then if you can say to a parent, hey, listen, I understand you're struggling. I tell them, here's my roster online. Tell me whose parents you want to call, and I'll give you their number. You call them to find out how their son has done with our program. And you make your decision. And the boys that we're recruiting, we say, listen, don't believe the coaches. Go talk to the kids. And we do a lot of research. Before we bring the kids into CM, people don't realize the research we do. We talk to coaches. We talk to family members. I mean, we're like the FBI. We're almost talking to neighbors, for God's sakes, going through the kids' mail. We just want to know as much as we can about what we're getting. Yeah. And we do that in all the sports because we don't want behavior issues. And we want kids to represent our college the way they should. So there's a lot that goes into it. And our coaching staff is very tuned into different organizations, whether it's recruiting services. We've got pockets around the country of people that will help us. Coaches will help us, things like that. So it's a lot to that whole recruiting process.
And what are you hearing from the kids, like after 3 or 4 months at CM?
Well, it's funny. I always have a chance. Last night was a great example. The kids went home. The two kids went home to Houston, Texas, and they came back. And the ride from the airport to here last night was, I said, guys, tell me, how do you think your first semester went? Is this what you thought it was going to be? And I always ask everybody that drives in the driveway at Central Maine Community College has a perception of what it is, a stereotype of what it is. Whether it's media, whatever it is, that you have a perception of what the college is. So you drive the driveway. When you drive back out of the driveway, I ask everybody, whether it's a parent, a kid, anybody that visits, anybody, may I ask you a question before you leave? Is CM what you thought it was going to be? The answer is never, ever yes. It's always, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. And for years and years and years, we were called the best kept secret in Auburn. We don't want to be the best kept secret in Auburn. We want to be the most known commodity in Auburn. And by bringing people to our campus, which we do a lot of, ask them that question. The worst case scenario is somebody drove back down the driveway and then a lot more about us. And that's going to help us whether they're voting for an issue at the polls for a bond issue, or sending a grandson or a neighbor or advocating for our college. You just educate one at a time. And over the years, we've educated an awful lot. But I love it when people look at me and go, "Oh my God, no, this is not what I thought." I'm thinking to myself, "Well, what did you really think? What was going through your mind, And they go, "We didn't realize." And early on, people used to say, it used to drive me nuts. "My God, it's like a real college." No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
What did you think it was?
Well, I know that's what I'm talking about, And I used to get angry about it. I used to say, "Well, what'd you think we were?" So now it's easy. People don't say that anymore, but they're still blown away. The facilities are unbelievable.
It is a beautiful campus.
It's gorgeous. And if you're in an academic program, in a lab of electrical, automotive, or machining, or carpentry, or state-of-the-art facilities, we're putting up more nurses now, more cops. It's incredible what we're doing. And yet, these are all jobs that people want in Maine, that need in Maine. And along the way, they play sports. And about 250 of them play sports. So it really adds, it's a well-rounded place. It adds, the curriculum fits in with the sports program and vice versa. And it's just a great place to be.
Clearly very passionate about what you're doing.
Very much so. I've always said the day I'm not, I'm leaving.
Dave, at what point during your 30-plus years at CM were you confident that you made the right decision?
Oh, it didn't take me long at all. I was hired by a fantastic woman. Her name was, at the time, Jean Reeves. She married, and now it's Jean Flahive. And she was dean of students and absolutely the most dedicated woman to the program and dedicated to me, helped me so much to get going, supported all the things I wanted to do. And in her eyes, I didn't do any wrong. And I'll tell you what, it took me about 2 years. I'll tell you a quick little story. I was always told that, in college, you've got to recruit. So I got there, and they had like a club team. And they had about 8 kids on the club team. They all just kids that wanted to play basketball. So I went out and recruited 6 kids that could play basketball, and they were good. I thought, I'll show you people how this is done. And we go through the whole first semester, and we're doing really well. And we get to the break, and the 6 kids I recruited all failed off.
Aww.
They all flunked out. So I'm left with the 8 kids that can't really play basketball, and that was my first lesson I learned, is just don't recruit kids who want to play basketball. Recruit kids that want to go to class and do the schoolwork.
Who want to get a college education.
Who want to get a college education.
Yeah.
So I never made that mistake again, but every coach I hire hears that story. You can't just recruit kids to play sport. They've got to go to class and do their work. And since then, I've not made that mistake twice.
Yeah. And since then, you yourself have won a national championship with the men's basketball team back in 2002.
God, that was long ago. It's time.
It wasn't
it's
that
time.
long ago. Come on.
Our women's program just rattles them off every other year.
Oh, right?
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, the women's team has won, 3?
3.
And the men's soccer team just won one recently.
They've won the last back-to-back.
Yeah, back-to-back. So just incredible. The way this program has grown to anyone who is there in the 90s, the early 2000s, and to see where it is now.
I'll tell you, one of the biggest pumps we've had is hockey.
Yeah.
And you love hockey. People should know Dave Gonyea loves hockey.
Hockey's made a huge difference in our school.
And you all play up at Norway.
We play at Norway. Mm-hmm. And we have our own customized locker room, I might add. That's very nice. Now, hockey's made a big difference for our school in a lot of ways. President Knapp brought hockey in right before he left. He and I both had Lewiston Maniac season tickets. And he went one game, never went again, so I got his ticket, which was good. And so I had 2 tickets for the Maniacs. But he had said to me, can we do what the Maniacs do? And I said, no, boss, we can't. We're not going to put 1,500 people at Norway Savings Bank Arena. And he said, do you think the coaches will work for free? And I said, no, they're not going to work for free. Do you think the program will be self-sustaining? I said, no, the program's not going to be self-sustaining. He had some ideas about it, and I it took
You just kept shooting him down, huh?
And he's not a man you shot down, I can tell you. He did not like that.
Bring some levity to the
But
conversation.
I always try to be honest. I said, boss, it can work, but it's not going to work right up front. It's going to take some building. And it took us 3 years to really build what we want to. And now we have Yori Kanonen, who's our coach, who does a great job. He's also our strength and conditioning coach at the college, runs the fitness center. And it's full of almost all Maine kids. Because hockey's king in Maine, let's face it. And they are so fun to watch. And the parental support is unreal. The fan support's unreal. It's just such a good program.
Hockey parents are unique.
Very, very. They're very different in that they're passionate as can be, and they think nothing about getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to traveling to Worcester, Mass for a tournament that starts at 6 a.m.
Yeah. We sent our goalie out of the door at 4 o'clock this morning for practice.
You have a hockey goalie.
We have a hockey goalie.
Oh, you're one of those wacko hockey parents. 'Cause
Yep.
most of us, I was told literally that some of these parents like take a second mortgage on the house to make sure their kids got the right equipment and.
His helmet's $500.
Wow. I can't imagine.
That's just the helmet, and he's growing.
How old is he?
14.
Yeah, every year.
Yep.
But I love hockey, and now we have women's hockey, so we brought that in. Yep.
Nice.
We're still building it. We're not there yet. We've got a great coach. Our recruiting female hockey players is different than recruiting men, so we're working on that. But I think as time goes on, we're going to build that program too.
Speaking of successful programs, let's talk about men's basketball. Because you're saying Lewiston Auburn is a hockey town, and I agree with you 100%, but it's also a basketball town. You'd be hard-pressed to tell anyone that basketball's not making waves in this community if you're at Kirk Hall Gymnasium when the Mustangs are playing the Southern Maine Community College Seawolves. And the Zoo Crew is in full effect in the stands, and the place is just electric.
Anybody has never been to Kirk Hall for the SMCM game, you are totally missing it.
Yep.
The place is a zoo. We have 2 police officers, 4 administrators, and as many faculty as we possibly can get just to keep the place under control because it goes crazy. And between their fans and ours, it's a fabulous environment. I heard this a few years back. One of the referees had said to me, hey, guess what? He says, I got the Super Bowl. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, I got the SMCM game. I said, really? I said, Super Bowl? Yeah, because that's what the other referees call it, the Super Bowl. They all want to do it.
Yeah.
I said, that's there's not a higher compliment than that.
Nope. Just an amazing rivalry that you have there. And you get along great with their coach,
Absolutely.
Matt Richard, right?
Sure, absolutely. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
We're friends until the game, and then for 40 minutes, I don't like him, he doesn't like me.
Right.
After the game, we shake hands and move on. It's
right.
But we've manufactured all that. People don't understand this doesn't happen organically. You have to manufacture those kinds of things. And the crowd and the light show and the fog and everything that goes into that, you have to manufacture that. And you have to pump it up the way through the media, social media before and after, and to make it, because kids want to play in that game. And that's the one game you want to send to your recruits. Hey, this is what we do. And if you can't get fired up over that, you can't get fired up over basketball. Because you're right, it's a very different atmosphere.
The Mustangs are currently 8-0 in the Yankee Small College Conference. And oh, by the way, they're going to be hosting the YSCC tournament in Auburn, which is pretty exciting.
A major feather in our cap, yes. It's we'll have all the teams coming to Auburn for a 3-day weekend. We'll fill up all the hotels in town. The restaurants will do well. Kirk Hall will be just buzzing for 3 days. It's just a big event for us.
Yeah. Talk to us a little bit about this year's team. Did you expect to have this kind of success in the conference?
Well, it's interesting. Last year I thought we were really, really good, and we got to the semifinals. And quite frankly, we were just bullied in the semifinals. I had fabulous kids, the nicest kids around, but they just weren't physically ready to take on that challenge. And this year I decided I'm going to go out and get myself what I call dogs, 3 or 4 dogs that can really get up and play defense and really have a little chip on their shoulder, really get after it. And that's what we have. And it's made all the difference in the world because it makes everybody around them better. We're more intense, we're more physical. We're a team that gets up and down, runs like crazy, playing probably 10, 11 guys on a regular basis. We're the only team in the league that can really do that. UMA's copying that a little bit because Coach Carey used to be with me. Now he's up there. He's doing a great job with that program. He's going to turn that program around. They're going to be good. And they're good right now. They give us a challenge right now. In the end, I think it's going to be a CM-UMA finale. I think he's done that good of a job. And he's mimicked that. I'm going to play a lot of guys. I'm going to recruit a lot of guys and make that work. So I'm really happy with that. We've got 4 or 5 Maine kids, 4 or 5 kids out of the country, and 4 or 5 kids out of state. A good mix of kids, a good mix of personalities. They all get along spectacularly. They play well together. I think the stat that I'm probably most proud of is we're averaging almost 27 assists a game, which is unheard of. You don't have that. So it means you're sharing the ball, and and the kids are playing together with with each other, and playing off each other, and there's no egos. And for a man, that's like every man's got an ego, and to have them not have that ego, and not think it's about them is such a big piece of this. Yeah. My favorite expression is, "It's not about you; it's about us." And when you understand that, you'll be part of us. It takes kids a while to get there, but when they get there, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. How do they get there?
Me constantly hammering it home, and constantly in their ear about what we're trying to do. Yeah. And I also think there's leadership amongst the group, too. The core group tends to be pretty good.
You only have 2 home games in January, on the 24th.
We play a lot on the road in the first half.
Yeah, so you are headed to UMaine Fort Kent, as we mentioned in the news segment, and you're going to be there on Friday and Saturday, and then you have, another 5-6 road games?
School has not started yet, and one of the things I'm trying to do is, traveling is a challenge. We have to go to New York a lot, because there's 3 teams in New York. So what we're doing is we're going to Fort Kent this weekend, and we'll do 2 up there and get that done. And then I come home for practice for a couple of days and head off to New York, and we'll play on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Friday. And then we'll return home on Saturday morning. On the way home, we'll stop at the Basketball Hall of Fame. Kids like that, Springfield. That's kind of reward for hopefully winning all those 4 games. And then we literally wiped out a big piece of our travel for the second half, which, because you know as well as I do, in this weather, you don't know what you're going to get. Right. Upstate New York, it snows all the time anyway, so you got to navigate that. But instead of going back and forth, I wanted to wipe it out in one trip. And from a basketball perspective, it makes no sense. From a budget perspective, it makes all the sense. But it does limit us for the second half.
Are all of those games going to be broadcast?
I think they are.
Okay.
You're right. More schools are doing that today. It used to be just us, right, in the olden days. And
copying you.
Yeah. And now most schools are broadcasting. And as a league, we're trying to really encourage that.
You also get a lot of eyeballs on those games as well. We were talking before we started recording, and those numbers are in the thousands.
I'm shocked by it, and I forever am challenging our coaches, guys, who's watching us? Because we're averaging anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 views a game. And I'm thinking, okay, 50, 75 of those are the opposing teams' families, 50, 75 are our kids' families. Who's the other 2,000 or 1,500, whatever it is? And it seems like everywhere I go in the state, anywhere I go, anywhere, oh yeah, we watch you guys. Oh, we watch you guys. And it's the coolest thing. Because one of the things we're always talking to our kids about is, and our coaches, you're always on stage. Perform like you're on stage. Act like you're on stage. You see some of these guys, as you saw last night, the Notre Dame coach, after the basketball game, went after the referee on live TV. Like, what are you thinking? And I'm saying to our guys, remember that. That's all being filmed. This doesn't ever leave you. It follows you forever. Mm-hmm. Your next coach watching you, your next wife's watching you, your next employer's watching you. You're on stage. Act like you're on stage like you've been there before. So we beat that into our kids a lot.
Yeah.
Because it really is true. I think a lot of kids don't understand that video is forever. Social media, and we do a whole thing with social media, you can imagine. Once it's written down, it's there forever. And by God, it can come back and bite you years later. Just ask a politician.
Right.
They know better than anybody.
Yeah. You ever consider getting into politics?
Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know. Not yet.
Okay.
Someday, maybe. We'll see.
Okay. What would you like to tell people who have never attended a CM basketball game? Maybe they're on the fence. Maybe Cooper Flag is getting them into basketball in Maine. They don't know where to go to watch a good game.
Well, you know that when Cooper's 15, they were in our gym a lot. Maine United, he played for the Maine United team. They were in our gym all summer long. Oh. I say that team. Probably 5-6 times they were there. And Coop one day went up and didn't break the rim, but he hit the backboard hard enough so that the chain broke. Oof. So I walk in the gym and the backboard's crooked. Yeah. And the coach walked in, it was Andy Bedard, a really good guy. He says, Coach, I got to tell you, he said, Coop just broke your backboard. I said, it's not a problem. I walked in, I snapped the picture right away. And I said, okay, I'm going to hang on to this. Someday, Coop, you're going to get this picture in the mail.
Yeah.
By the way, he's 15 years old. And I'm watching, and I'm thinking to myself, can I not judge talent? This kid looks like a kid. and he's playing up and down. I'm thinking to myself, he's the best player in the country? I was struggling with, and there's a couple other coaches there, watching, and I said to them, really? And, oh, yeah. And I think to myself, I just can't judge talent because I don't see it. I had these visions of all these star players in Los Angeles or somewhere, and little Auburn, Maine, here's Cooper Flagg. Yeah. Well, Cooper Flagg did pretty well for himself.
He's doing all right. Yeah. He's doing
the cool part was we had Cooper's older brother, Hunter, at our school for 2 years. He was a student there.
Oh.
So we were always kind of tuned into what was going on, and I chuckled because when Cooper was going to Duke, I think we all knew that ahead of time. Because I remember one day saying to Hunter, what are you guys going to do? We're all moving to North Carolina. oh, okay.
All of us?
As Cooper was traveling around to go to UConn and Kansas and all these other places,
I wonder what that means.
But he's been a phenomenal, so good for the state of Maine, so good for basketball players. The only downside is every once in a while you run into kids that, you get to talk to a recruit and he'll say, well, Cooper's in 8th grade. I held him to 15 points. I'm thinking to myself, he's in 8th grade, and you held him to 15, so you think you're ready now to play in college. I mean, they do have such a odd sense of reality there a little bit. Yeah. No, maybe you're not quite ready for this. It's okay, But he's done so much for us. And by the way, he still gives back to Maine, and I think in the future you'll see him coming back home doing more things here. Yeah. So it's such a good thing.
Yeah. Just follow the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why.
But
you'll know
to
Cooper's
answer your
in
question
town.
about coming to CM, if you've not come to a CM game, it's more than a game. It's an experience and it's an event. You're greeted when you walk in with the light show and the video board and the video shows. Steve English is our guy that does the video board, and he's fantastic. He does all the sound effects on the video board. We have videos of all the kids. We have highlights. We have game recaps on the board. It's a show, and it's when I was a kid, I grew up in Wyndham. When I was a kid, I used to go to St. Joe's College, before St. Joe's was really St. Joe's, and all of a sudden, Rick Simons, is the coach, walked into St. Joe's, and I remember walking to the gym, had four steps, and they used to call it the Chamber of Horrors, and in the crowd are nuns mixed in with all the St. Joe's kids who were all quite inebriated at the time. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a crazy place to be. And you look up, and the lights go out, and the music comes up, and the lights, and the whole aura was just so intimidating. That was 1975. It only took me 30 some odd years to get there, but I wanted that same thing.
Production value is good.
Oh, it was. Well, I'm very much into the event. Not everyone is. I'm very much into. People just don't want to come watch it. What do you watch the Sea Dogs? Or, the Maine Celtics or the Red Sox. They're no longer games. They're events. Yeah. And people need to be entertained. And so we try to do that at CM. Meanwhile, the intensity on the court, because the crowd sits right on top of you. I mean, you're within feet of the players. And if you are on the sideline where our zoo crew is, and you're standing there, and you're 2 feet from them, oh my God, you're going to hear it.
What's the zoo crew?
The zoo crew is all the kids that just paint up. They paint their faces, things like that. Oh. And there are some kids on all the other teams. The other teams support each other. And they're crazy. They just go crazy. They bring props. They just do whatever it takes to get into the other team's heads. It's like a 6-man kind of thing. And I have to be careful because I'm like in the background sponsoring this. I'm the athletic director too. So every once in a while I have to walk over and go, hey guys, do me a favor. Just don't swear at them. All right? Just easy here a little bit. And of course with the women's games, they have to walk over and go, listen, it's 35-5. Okay, we made our point now. Let's back off the kids a little bit here now. I think we got through.
Yeah.
They're sufficiently intimidated right now. It's okay. But it's such a fabulous experience to come. So if you've not come, you've got to come watch a game.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have T-shirts, Sarah, the CM Mustang Zoo crew.
Nice.
And they just,
all right.
yeah.
I noticed that you and I don't have one.
Oh, God. I'll correct that.
There you go, Dave.
I'll correct that mishap.
We don't have a zoo crew T-shirt. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you got to paint your face, and you got to scream at the top of your lungs.
Do you think I'm above
So,
that?
Sarah, are you saying you're coming to a game now? Is that what you're
I'll
saying?
come to a game.
All right.
Yeah.
I used to have a spot for Mark. They said, and the sign said, reserved for Mark Turcotte.
Aww.
Do you remember those days? Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Sarah can also sing the anthem at your games. If
really?
Yes.
I do the
She's
national
phenomenal.
anthem.
Wow. Okay, we'll do that too.
Yeah. She sang for the Nordiques and the Maniacs and the Sea Dogs and.
Oh, judging the way you did the pregame with the birthday show.
Oh, she can sing famous people birthdays.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
That's not what we want.
I looked over twice. I thought she was singing it live.
That's not what we want.
Dave, we're going to close out with this question, and I love asking you this question because every time I ask it, you have a different answer.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's because over 30 years, you have such a wealth of experience and highlights in your career. But at this particular time, what are you most proud of in your 30-plus years at CM?
God, it changes every time, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. I guess more than anything else, the longevity of the program and how we've grown and sustained and captured the hearts of a lot of people, I think. I'm so proud of our alum. We have a lot of alum out there that are doing really well. Because a lot of them come back, a lot of them talk to the kids. I love the fact that our school, our faculty is very much supportive of athletics. I love the fact that we have kids that are super prideful and passionate about what we're doing, that are so supportive. There's not any of it that I don't like.
Yeah.
And I think I'm as proud of that as I am anything else, because I know that just doesn't happen. You have to manufacture that. And it takes so many people. I say it all the time that, yes, I know in the face of athletics and people see that, and I'm the constant. I got that. But I've had coaches now who've been there for 8, 10, 12 years who have grown their programs, who are just as important as anybody and do such a good job of putting CM on the map. And it's not just in the athletic world. Andrew Wrong is our women's basketball coach, and he's a dean of the college now. He does all our marketing and things like that. Does a great job of marketing us. And our coaches are just, they're so into it. They're there all the time. I have a coach who lives an hour and 50 minutes away. He's at CM almost every single day.
Wow.
He's got a full-time job, and he works around his job, and he's just so dedicated. And it just shows in everything that he does. And we're just so fortunate to have an administration that very much understands athletics, supports athletics. When President Libby was first appointed president, I'll never forget, she walked in the gym and she said to me, where's your shooting machine? And I said, we don't have one. She goes, doesn't every gym have a shooting machine? And I said, I apologize, I'll go buy one tomorrow. So I thought, ooh, there's a new sheriff in town. Yeah. And I went up and bought a shooting machine. I thought, okay, this is going to work out okay. And it has. She's done a great job of supporting us financially, as well as just, when I need things, she helps out. So I'm proud of the overall experience that it's had. I could say to you, the national championship 2002 was good. We have 590 wins right now for basketball. We're 10 away from 600. That's going to be a big deal. I could point to that. I could point to the national championship we just achieved in soccer, which I'm very proud of. Our hockey team has done so well. So there's not one thing that I'm just hung up on. It's just the whole package of what we're doing. To the point where I don't know if I can ever leave. I talk about retirement. I don't know. This is all I know. And it's all I feel like I am, And it just consumes you. And if you work there, it consumes you. And the people that in the offices and, I've got a great boss, Dean Hamble's a great boss. And, it's just so, everybody's so supportive and so helpful and so, what's next? What's next? And I've forever challenged the coaches. All right, what's next? What are we doing next here? Let's not rest on it. Let's go next. So, long answer to the question, but all that means a lot to me.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah, you really can.
You're such an asset to our community, and we can't thank you enough for your time today. We're not done yet, but I just wanted to get that out. If you would like to follow Central Maine Community College athletics, you can go online to cmmustangs.com. They do a great job with their website. You can see all the schedules, the rosters, get to know the coaches. And as we mentioned, the Mustangs will be back at Kirk Hall Gymnasium on Saturday, January 24th, taking on Washington County Community College, and then UMaine Augusta 4 days later, and then off to Southern Maine, and then the Yankee Small College Conference Tournament begins in Auburn.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the LA area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
All right, Dave, 3 random questions. I'll start. Dave, what's your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
I crash my hot tub. That's my favorite. And quite frankly, after a busy day, I usually go watch a replay of the game we just played.
Okay. What if you didn't have a game? What are you doing?
I'm a news junkie, so I'm probably watching the news.
Gotcha.
I know. I live an incredibly boring life, I know.
That's a heck of a way to relax in
I know.
today's day and age,
I know.
watching the news.
I know. Well, I'm a political freak. I love politics, so I try to follow all that stuff.
You have a French name.
Yes.
What is the worst way that your last name has ever been butchered?
I can't tell you. It's so bad. It's so bad. I remember being a little kid, and the kid's like, gonorrhea.
Oh.
No.
And I remember a little kid, and I remember thinking to myself, what are you saying that for? It's Gonyea. And that's how they played on it.
That's,
God, you know how many years before I've said that? I'm like almost 70 years old, and I've had that since I was 8. Thanks for bringing back those memories.
sorry.
That's what Sarah's
Now
here for.
my trauma tonight will be like reliving those days that the kids used to say that to me.
Aw.
Jeez.
All right, Dave, final question. If you could attend any sporting event in history and have the best seats in the house, what would it be and why?
The Bruins. The Boston Bruins.
All right, any particular game?
Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, yeah. Yes. Yes, if I could get the right seats, I would do the Bruins.
Yeah, where would you sit?
Yeah, good question, right? Good question. Probably 4 or 5 rows up, mid-ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother lives in Boston. He has season tickets for everything. He's got great tickets. And I can get on anytime I want to, and I don't. Because I love my brother, but he drives like one of those guys down there.
Yeah.
Those names we call them. And I just can't handle it. Like,
They have trains, Dave.
I know. I know. I know. I need Sarah around more.
They have trains.
Bring me along here a little bit, you know.
Let's go. We'll go together. Let's do it.
My gal Jen Laney is a former another AD, works in the system. Who, when we travel, she like takes care of me
Aw.
everywhere we go. And one day I looked at it and I said, I'm not Biden. I can go do some of this stuff.
See, Sarah, he has a handler.
A handle. That's.
Everyone needs a handler.
And I absolutely love this woman to death, and she looks after me like crazy. So maybe you can be the local Jen. I need handling, obviously. But no,
I'm pretty busy with Mark, so
you got your hands full?
I've got my hands pretty full.
What's
Full-time
worse,
job,
the
Dave.
40-year-old Goldie or Mark? What's the?
You really have to ask.
But no, I would love to go to the Garden. That would be fun. But what's interesting is I have an 85-inch TV in my living room, so I've got the best seat in the house.
I already see it.
And I'd rather be watching the game in my living room than 35 rows up in the nosebleeds.
Right.
If I could get on the floor of the Celtics game, I've been once, by the way, right next to the parquet. That's an experience.
Yeah.
Like, I could go to the Maine Celtics all the time. But watching the game 17 rows up is not the same. I tell the kids, get on the floor, then you see how big these guys are, how intimidating they are. It's very different than watching up here.
Yeah.
They look so small.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And when you get eye level, you're going, oh
Wow.
my God,
Yeah.
how big they are. And it is an experience.
Dave, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We certainly appreciate you. And if you'd like to learn more about Dave Gonyea and CM Athletics, Dave's going to be featured in the winter issue of LA Metro magazine, which is going to be hitting shelves probably within the next few days.
Yeah, we have a launch on Thursday that is open to the public.
Yes. If you have any interest in picking up some back issues of LA Metro magazine, show up on Thursday at Lydia Media, 2 Great Falls Plaza in Auburn. From 4 to 6, we're having a release event for the winter issue. Plus, we're going to have issues from years gone by. And if you're interested in picking up some of those, please come by, say hi to everybody, and relive some past glory from the Metro.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be reading a story that was written by Sarah.
I've been writing for the Metro since 2020. 5 years.
Thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption for sponsoring today's episode. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten my cat.